So many dreams swinging out of the blue. We'll let them come true. Forever young. I wanna be forever young. Do you really want to live forever? Forever. Forever. Forever young. I wanna be forever young. Do you really want to live forever? Forever and ever. I want to be forever young. Don't we all want to be forever young? Man, time flies, boy. What's up, guys? It's Saturday, August 17th, 2024. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 857,267. Today's Bitcoin price is about 59,600, something like that. 58,600, one of the two. And for $1, guys, $1, you can get about 1,645 Satoshis. Yes, I said it, for $1. My goodness, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Satoshi Saturday. Guys, I'm so sorry I could not film in the neighborhood today. It's so freaking hot. And it's hitting different, man. This ain't like a regular 102, 103 degrees, man. It's like global warming type stuff. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And I haven't been feeling the best lately. I don't know if I've been getting heat exhaustion or what. But I had to slow down, man, because it's just like my car feels like a heater and everything else. It's just crazy. But anyways, you're not here for that. So forever young, guys. You're only going to be as young as you are today. You're never going to be younger than you are at this moment. And Bitcoin right now was born January 3rd, 2009. And today is August 17th. So it's about 15 years, 7 months, and 14 days, something like that. And that's young. That's a teenager. Remember when you were a teenager? A long time ago for me. And we're not even 16 years in this thing yet. And look at all the things that are happening, guys. Look at all the things that are happening. And, you know, if you'd have told the Bitcoin people back when Bitcoin was pennies on the dollar for one Bitcoin, and even the first year and a few months, 15, 16 months, when it was no money, that you would tell them in 15 years, 14 years or whatever, that presidential candidates would be talking about it. They have ETFs. Nations would be adopting it, making it legal tender. Banks are now buying. I mean, guys, it is absolutely insane. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Now we got Apple saying that they're going to use Lightning or Apple Pay for Lightning payments and other cryptos, I guess. Now, I don't know everything about that. I just saw that, and I'm just like, wow, man. And, you know, I'm thinking today, how cheap it is to buy a Satoshi. You know, I mean, one day, guys, a lot of people think we're not even going to be able to buy Satoshis or trade Satoshis for fiat. I'm not necessarily in that camp, but I am in the camp, and that's why I make these videos, that Satoshis, purchasing power in particular, but for dollars amounts, it's going to cost a lot of dollars to get Satoshis, man. I believe 1,600 and something Satoshis that we can get for $1. I believe not in the far off future that people are going to be, that's going to be like people's weekly pay, 1,600 something Satoshis. I'm serious, man. I tell people all the time, look at your Satoshis like dollars. And I've told you guys this once, and I'll tell you it again, that it's up to you, you know what I mean, to solidify this once in a species opportunity, because that's what it is, right? The internet only started one time. The wheel was only invented once. Fire was only invented once. Electricity was only invented once. And the people that took advantage of it were very, very wealthy. Not fire, but you know what I'm saying. And with Satoshis in particular, most people are not going to take advantage of it, but it is going to help them in the future, because people are going to actually use money for what it is, right? A store of value, a medium of exchange, and a savings technology, right? And then a global currency. And that's what money is, guys. When you compare money to other investments, you know, gold somewhat is money, but I'm talking about stocks and bonds and real estate and all that. Those are just vehicles to keep and hold your purchasing power, AKA investments, right? Bitcoin is not an investment, ladies and gentlemen. It is money. It is digital money. I say this all the time. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's digital money for the internet and for everyone that has access to an internet with a smartphone or even some of those flip phones. You can use it. As long as you have access to the internet, you can use it. And the utility value of Bitcoin, even if you don't study it or know about it a lot, just look at it, man. Look at it and say, wow, what can I use this for? And look at the internet when it first came out. It was clunky and it wasn't working that good. And just like electricity, people were saying, electricity isn't gonna work and it's magic. This magic stuff in the air and nobody believed it. And people that were selling candles and other things that, you know, the industries that didn't want cars to be used or electricity to be used or the internet. These industries all fought against it. And it's in their best interest not to have Bitcoin around. So you're gonna hear a lot of FUD, fear and undoubt, about Bitcoin. A lot of it's old, news from 2020, 2019, 2021. That's stuff that don't even apply today. I mean, my goodness, guys, Bitcoin and Satoshis, because this is Satoshi Saturday, is going to be the base layer of money and everyone's gonna use it. So why not get your piece of the pie now, right? And people ask me, Jerry, why do you talk about it so much? Why do you obsess about it so much? Why do you buy so much? If you were back in 1995 and you know everything you knew now about the internet, or back in 1998 or 1999 and knowing everything you knew about Amazon, what would you do, right? To me personally, maybe not the internet. That's because without the internet, there would be no Bitcoin. But I believe Bitcoin is more important, man. I mean, money is so important. It's so important. And what always wins? The hardest money always wins, right? Fiat currencies are constantly in competition with each other. And us being in the United States, for those of you that do live in the United States, are very fortunate to be part of a country that you get paid into the best money in fiat currency terms, not gold and silver, Bitcoin or platinum or anything like that. But in order to really appreciate what you have, just look at other currencies, right? Look at some of the African money and, you know, these third world countries, man, they're just collapsing in comparison to the dollar. And as much as eggs and rent and milk and bread and everything else is kicking its butt over here in the United States, it's a pretty good store of value somewhere else. It just is, objectively speaking. And when you float towards knowledge of the hardest money in the world, you'll know that. And they're all relative of each other based on the hardness of those said money. So now what, right? What do we do now? We know about Satoshis. We know about the monetary system. I'm not going to necessarily say collapsing and stuff like that, but there's going to be a lot of money printing, guys. A lot of it. I mean, they can't do, the Fed can't do. Jerome Powell is supposed to be the guy that's in charge of inflation. And there's only one way to stop inflation. That's increase the interest rates. And now he's about to lower them. Janet Yellen's in charge, guys. Okay, if you don't know who she is, Google her. And Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell are not supposed to be working together. But trust me, you can just tell the way they're doing things that Janet Yellen is in charge, okay? Her job is to make sure that we have a strong dollar and as much fiat currency out there as they can. And they're playing a balancing game, man. And it's on a house of cards, and it's a facade, and it's a bunch of lies. That's what it is. But the reason I started with that song, Forever Young, is because as simple as this. We all want to be young. We all want to stay young, but you're not going to be young for long, right? Relatively speaking, to whatever age you were before or now or going to be in the future. And Bitcoin's not going to be that way either. The older Bitcoin gets and the longer it's in the ether, and as many blocks we keep mining every 10 minutes, we're at 857,200 something. Now, we're almost at 1 million blocks right now. It's basically impossible to stop right now, guys. You know, it just is, you know, and that being said, if you know that, if you really study it and understand it, don't believe me. Don't listen to me. I'm a fucking idiot, okay? Do not believe me. Don't trust, verify. Study Bitcoin. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, listen to Bitcoin University every morning. Go back to his old videos, watch those. He's kind of like a philosopher. He has a little bit of technical stuff in it, but he does the basics, the 101, some 202 stuff. But he is the best for studying Bitcoin. But another guy you want to study is Rajat Soni, R-A-J-A-T-S-O-N-I. He's more technical. He just got into Bitcoin a couple of years ago, but that guy, he takes it to another level when it comes to technical stuff, on top of everything Matthew Cratter's doing, you know. And you can learn these things and don't take my word for it. And of course you can listen to my videos and stuff, but again, I'm just a new guy, you know. But we're not going to be young for long, right? We're not going to be forever young, right? And neither is Bitcoin. And while it is young, guys, listen to me. While it is young, get as many Satoshis as you can, because you're not going to be able to get them for this cheap in 2028 and 2032. What do you think how much do you think it's going to cost per Bitcoin in Epoch 9? We're in Epoch 5 right now. What is it going to cost with all these dollars being printed out? And just game theory it out. Just think about it. Think about who is involved in Bitcoin now. You have a guy, Michael Saylor, who's one of the smartest men in the world. You talk about an alien? This man called the internet. He knew what the internet was going to do. He knew what Amazon was going to do. He knew what cell phones were going to do. He called it out, man. And he didn't know about Bitcoin until 2020, when he actually sat down and looked at it. And once he looked at it, you know what he did? He aped in and he bought 10,000 Bitcoin. Why? He says, man, when people figure this out, this is going to be crazy. I got to buy some now. And not only did he buy that much, he kept buying. Him and his company have over 200 and something thousand Bitcoin. He's got 17,000 himself at the minimum. He's teaching people and businesses what to do, because nobody's ever going to catch him. Michael Saylor is the richest person in the world. Not yet realized yet, but he is. Because the game is about how many Satoshis you can get. Now the big boys are talking in Bitcoin. We're just regular folks, guys. We're talking in Satoshis. There's only 2.1 quadrillion Satoshis. That sounds like a lot, but we're talking about 8 billion people. You are getting, every time you buy Satoshis and put them away, you're getting a finite piece of the pie, guys. And you put them away, nobody can ever take that from you. And I need you guys to understand that. It is so important, man. So again, you're not going to be young forever. Bitcoin and Satoshis are not going to be young forever. And you got to do the best you can to learn about it while it's young. You're ahead of 99.5% of people on this planet. Now, real quick, I told you this before. I buy on Strike. Okay, now you don't have to use my link. Okay, but if you want to get $5, you can. Okay, but I buy every hour on the hour. Let me say that again. With Strike, I buy Satoshis every hour on the hour. Every half hour, every 30, 11:30, 12:30, it's on a 30-minute. I like that. It's like an alarm. Recurring purchase comes down. After the first week, on your 8th day, when you're DCAing, dollar cost averaging with Strike, there's no fees at all. Not only do they have the lowest fees, besides the no fees, but they have no fees. So if you put away 24 cuck bucks a day, which is nothing. Now, again, I don't know your personal situation, but that's 1,600 and something an hour you're getting every hour on the hour. And again, after the 8th day, it's no fees. And to secure your Bitcoin, that's another step you got to do. Click on the link down there and schedule a call with Tony from the Bitcoin Way. And if you guys want to support my channel, always, click the links down there. If you want to donate, give some Satoshis or Cash App, Venmo, whatever, Zelle, you can do that too. Because I just give it away. I'm giving this stuff away. because I use it to try to help people. And if you want to help me, that would be great. But you don't have to, guys. You don't have to. But listen, the bottom line is this. It is beautiful out here, guys. Bottom line is this, guys. Learn this thing while it's young. This is going to be face melting in the next couple of years. We're in the beginning of Epoch 5. We're about 8.5% through the epoch, right? Remember, it was 840,000th block, and now we're 857. So we're like 17,000 plus blocks in. And boy, let me tell you, once we get close to 900,000 blocks on the block height, whew, man, it's only 3.125 coming out every 10 minutes, Bitcoins. And you can grab a piece of those every hour on the hour, or at least every day or every week or every month, however you want to do it. But the most important thing is to learn this thing, guys, while it's young and while you're young, because your family, this is why I make these videos. And I'm going to go back in 4 years, God willing, in 2028, my first video in February, I'm going to go back and review my first Satoshi Saturday video. I'm going to do a review on it, or a what's it when you react, a reaction to it, and see how many Satoshis I can get, how much we were getting back then. Every time you buy Bitcoin or Satoshis, take a picture of it after you study it. Take a picture of it and keep it in your log. Every 4 years, guys. It's like a college. It's like an internship. It's like being in the military, high school, whatever. Every 4 years, presidency, Olympics, whatever. Your family is going to build statues of you for what you've done today. There is nothing more important for you as you being a man or a woman in today's society. Now, your children can buy some too if they're old enough, you know, if you have over 18-year-old kids, but you're the spearhead. You're the leader, guys. Don't waste your time watching TikTok and all this other nonsense, man. Get on here and study this thing. If you're watching my videos, don't just click on the next video and start scrolling and doing all this mess, man. You are not going to be young forever. The only way we live through our family and our kids and our children, our grandchildren, right? When I think about this thing, you know, I'm thinking 100 years from now. I don't even think there's going to be people that are not even going to know you, that are going to say, wow. They're going to say two things. Thank you so much. You studied when you were young. You studied when Bitcoin first started. Now that Bitcoin's 150 years old, I'm so glad my grandma did this, or my grandfather did this, or my great uncle did that. I'm so glad. Or they're going to say, Grandpa, great grandpa, you had it. You watch Satoshi Saturday every week. Why don't you buy something? Please, guys, for your family's sake, you have to study this thing, okay? Sorry, guys, there's a bunch of people. I'm just a little bit distracted. You get the gist, okay? So listen, let me end it like this. It's Saturday, August 17th, 2024. And however many years, months, and days that you are today, you will never be younger than you are right now. And Bitcoin will never be younger than it is right now. And it will not be as cheap in 4 years. I don't give a shit about 4 months or a couple of weeks or whatever. 4 years. In 4 years, you think it's going to be more expensive or cheaper? Every 4 years, we add a number, a zero, right? First epoch, $10, 2 numbers. Second epoch, 100. Third epoch, 1,000. Last epoch, 10,000 plus. This epoch, do the math. Do the math. So listen, guys, do you and your family a favor and study this thing and work your ass off today, okay? So you can learn about this thing and do what you can do best for your family. And I say it once and I'll say it 1,000 times, guys. Stack Satoshis today. Today, guys. So you don't have to work for those same Satoshis tomorrow. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.